Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jones Podcast. The Jones Podcast is a podcast that acknowledges great individuals from my city of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and worldwide. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the Jones Podcast. What's going on, Jones Podcast family? With me today, I have the owner of Pat Sparks the Barber Barbershop, Mr. Patrick Sparks himself. Pat, what's going on, man?
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. How you been, brother?
I have been blessed. I cannot complain at all.
For the ones who don't know you, tell them a little something about yourself.
Well, I'm a father. I'm a brother. I'm a husband. I'm a happy person. I'm not more than, not trying to live above my means. I like to be happy in many ways and enjoy life pretty much. So.
How long have you been barbering?
Well, I've been barbering. Barbering has been a hobby since around the age of 12 for me.
So what got you into barbering?
Well, growing up, I cannot say that I was less fortunate, but like many youth, there were many materialistic things that I desired. A weekly haircut was one of those things. One evening, I asked my mom for cash to pay for a haircut. I was 12 or 13 at the time. She paused momentarily and then handed me $20 and said, "Here, this will be the last haircut I pay for. You either find another way to pay for your haircuts or buy yourself some clippers to learn to cut your own hair." I purchased my first pair of clippers that evening.
Oh man, that's an ultimatum for you right there.
Right. I respected it though. I couldn't do nothing. It was tough love, but I respected it. It made me where I am today.
So if it wasn't for barbering, what would you be doing right now?
If it wasn't for barbering, what would I be doing? Oh, I'd rather not say. it wouldn't be a good. I wouldn't be on a good track. I know that. It's without barbering and without children, there's no telling where I would have been. So.
Yeah, those children seem to ground anyone. So that's always a good thing. It's always a good thing. Where were you cutting hair before you started your own business?
The first barbershop I worked at is still thriving. It's owned by Tyrone Madison or T-Mac in Northport, Alabama. He was the first to give me a chance and one of my greatest inspirations. A year or so later, I went through open heart surgery, and by the grace of God, I made a full recovery. Shortly after, I began working at Dion's Barber and Style, which is also still open. There, I gained more knowledge of the barbering business and was given helpful insight from a guy named Antonio Walker, another talented barber who would always say, "If you hang around me long enough, I'll fool you into believing in yourself." And that's what happened. I began to truly believe in myself and my own capabilities.
Okay, so you say you had open heart surgery?
Yes, sir, I did. 2014.
Oh, man. What was going on with that?
Long story short, I ended up chipping a tooth and catching an infection in my tooth, which was deteriorating my mitral valve, which in turn I had to have open heart. So I ended up having robotic mitral valve repair. Yeah.
So basically a chipped tooth?
A chipped tooth, an infection from a chipped tooth will take me out. You know, your teeth connected directly to your heart.
Okay.
And I chipped my tooth. It wasn't hurting. I'm like, man, in this barbering business, there's no paid time off, so I can't just take off because of chipped tooth. I wasn't hurting, so I went on to work, and man, it was. So I know it. I was in pain in my leg, and I'm not thinking it had anything to do with my tooth, but it was deteriorating. The infection was taking over pretty much, and it deteriorated my mitral valve. And I had this long, extensive. It set me back about a year and a half. I say that. So just know it's even if it's a chip, go get it fixed. It ain't worth it.
As men, man, we have a problem with going to the doctor. I'm guilty of it. I know a lot of men guilty of it, but my wife told me, this is what she told me. She said, if you care about me and your kids, you would go to the doctor to see about yourself. Because we want you here. And that it makes sense. It makes sense. But us being as men, we hard headed when it comes to the doctor. We'd rather not know.
Right. As long as it ain't hurt now.
Yeah, exactly. So what advice would you have for anyone who wants to start their own barbering business?
I would say, no matter how many people say it can't be done or how long it will take you to overcome the roadblocks, the mental peace of living your own dream is priceless. Do what you find peace in.
So did you have anyone telling you that you can do it, or?
Oh man, I had countless people, even close people, say, "Oh, they ain't gonna allow you to have no barbershop. They ain't gonna allow you to get a business license. They ain't gonna allow you to set up a bathroom. They don't exist. They only exist if you allow them." I've accomplished all those goals and more. So I mean, and those same people who said it wasn't gonna happen, they come sit in the chair. So,
what business hours do you have?
I'm open Tuesday through Saturday. Normally Tuesday I'm there from 9 to 2 o'clock. Wednesday 9 to 2 o'clock. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday pretty much 9 to 6.
So is there ways that people can get appointment with you? Is it online, or do you have a app or anything?
Yes, sir. I'm on the app called The Cut. It's a booking app. It's in the App Store or the Play Store. You just download it, and I should be the first person that pops up.
Well, people, here you go. Patrick Sparks, the barber, master barber. You want to give a shout out to anybody before we get up out of here?
Yeah, first I want to give a shout out to you, and I appreciate you for having me on. It's been a blessing. I also want to give a shout out to those who helped me, Tyrone, T-Mac, Deion Trone, and Antonio Walker, and most of all, the Almighty.
I always got to give glory to God, man, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here, man. We wouldn't be here.
Yes, sir.
Well, Pat, I appreciate you coming on, man. Appreciate you sharing your story with me, man. And, hey, keep it up, man. Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. I will do. Thank you again.
Thank you for listening to the Jones Podcast. You can listen to the latest episodes at Google Play, Apple Podcast, or iHeartRadio. And don't forget to rate and review us. We also have a YouTube channel titled The Jones Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you will not miss anything from the Jones Podcast.